Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of One Big Thing. Kurt Goulding here, and this week's One Big Thing is a dead cat bounce. You know, if you drop a dead cat far enough, even it will bounce. And that seems to be what's going on in the markets here. You know, from Tuesday, today's Wednesday that we're filming this. And we saw that we came back from the Chinese Lunar New Year, and boom, they buy a couple of cargoes of soybeans. Everybody goes, oh, we caught a bid. The markets are they're over, it's done. The funds are short out the wazoo, and it's never another bad day. Well, we opened up. Yep, we got a nice little pop on Tuesday, and then here we are today. Oh my, we're taking away everything and then some that we put on. And, you know, the Chinese bought Brazilian beans, not U.S. beans. And that's kind of a big deal because it's just telling us U.S. beans aren't competitive, therefore Chicago needs to come down to buy some demand. That's what these markets are screaming for. We need legit demand, not just funds to buy it. You know, we need some legitimate demand to come in. So, you know, all we can hope for, at least in corn, is a sideways to lower trend until that legit demand comes. And it'll come, it just don't know when. Could be another year. You know, we got perfect weather here. We may see more corn acres planted in the U.S. because of the perfect weather going in. Now, here's another interesting thing going on in Brazil. According to recent satellite imagery, there's some new green stuff showing up out on the edges. Basically, there's more soybeans planted than what had been estimated. One more thing to say, hey, there's plenty of beans that are going to be available to the marketplace between both the U.S. and the Southern Hemisphere. And then also, here's an interesting thing to keep in mind. The Brazilian corn farmer is selling less corn than he normally does this far along. And, you know, they're harvesting their first crop corn right now, and it's ahead of normal. And their second crop, they're planting, and it's ahead of normal. And so we're seeing offers on both corn and beans cheaper out of Brazil than out of the U.S. And this is the time that actually U.S. needs to be selling because Brazil's coming into harvest. So, you know, while we're over here pouring bearish news onto the market, let's pick on the Chinese some more. Their economy is a mess. And here's the deal. The commies just don't understand markets and free markets. And even with all their control that they think they need to have, is that the markets are going to do what they need to do. Since December of 2021, the various Chinese equity markets have lost $7 trillion in value. Now that's a T, trillion. Holy smokes. Now, why is that happening? Oh, let's look at a couple of things. Oh, they're cracking down on regulation. They don't want the Wild West going on out there? Oh, heavens no. Yeah, regulation's always bullish markets. Geopolitical tensions, would that have anything to do with possibly invading Taiwan? Real estate defaults. Something north of $125 billion worth of bonds have been defaulted on in the last 3 years. A crappy domestic economy? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, so now we need to make decisive decisions and take action. Yeah, Okay, let's cut interest rates. Yeah. That'll incentivize more speculative real estate deals. What? Let's increase the near unbearable debt being held by the government, and it's mostly local governments, but the federal government and individuals. Yeah. So the government's taking the official stance that everything's fine, just fine. God forbid that they might actually tell the truth about how things really are. And so once again, we'll see you next time, and happy trading.